ओके गाइस, हेलो 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 हेलो। और मैं वापस आ चुका हूँ। सॉरी सॉरी सॉरी, क्योंकि अभी लाइट चली गई थी, लेकिन मैं वापस आ चुका हूँ और हम लोग वापस कंटिन्यू कर रहे हैं वहीं से जहाँ से हम लोग का पिछला अभी जस्ट वाला स्ट्रीम जो अभी एंड हो गया था, वहीं से कंटिन्यू कर रहे हैं। बाकी लाइट चली जाती है तो मैं कंटिन्यू करने की कोशिश करूँगा, अगर सही बैठता है तो। नहीं तो देखते हैं क्या करना है, ठीक है। अभी हम लोग मिडल ऑफ समथिंग थे, तो वहीं से देखते हैं। एक सेकंड दो, बस मुझे एक सेकंड दो, मैं सब कुछ देख लूँ, उसके बाद अपने आप अभी स्टार्ट हो जाएगा। अभी आप लोग कुछ दिख नहीं रहा, सब रुका होगा, तो वेट कर लो। थोड़ा सा वेट कर लो बस। और मैं कंटिन्यू करने वाला हूँ। और हाँ, मैं स्पाइडरमैन भी आज खेलूँगा, लेकिन थोड़ा शाम में खेलूँगा। अभी मैं इसे 1 घंटा और खेलूँगा इस गेम को, गनशिन को। इसीलिए मैं आ गया। मैं कहा कि थोड़ा थोड़ा सा कंटेंट कंटेंट कह रहा हूँ थोड़ा सा इसको कंप्लीट ही कर दिया जाए, इस कंटेंट को कंप्लीट कर दिया जाए, इसलिए मैं आया हूँ। और यप, हम लोग आ चुके हैं गनशिन इम्पैक्ट में। जानता हूँ कभी कभी मैं उसके अलावा मैं लाइट जाने वाले कोई चीज़ नहीं कर सकता हूँ। मैं उसकी कोई मतलब मैं कुछ भी जुगाड़ नहीं कर सकता हूँ कि लाइट ना जाए, ये ना हो। लाइट तो जाती है, और इलाहाबाद ऐसा एरिया है जहाँ पे लाइट जाती ही जाती है। यूपी तो ऐसा एरिया है जहाँ लाइट जाती ही जाती है मैक्सिमम। तो इसका हम लोग कुछ नहीं कर सकते हैं। तो अभी इस चीज़ को छोड़ो, अभी गेम पे ध्यान देते हैं। और जब हम लोग मिडल ऑफ समथिंग थे, तो हम लोग आ चुके हैं वापस। मुझे एक सेकंड दो बस। ओके, तो लेट्स सी। तो हम लोग को डेजा वो हो रहा था हम लोग को एक ही चीज़ बार बार दिखाई दे रही थी। पिछली स्ट्रीम देखना लास्ट तक, तो तुम लोग को पता चलेगा। और हम लोग देहा से बात कर रहे थे। देहा को हम लोग ने बताने जैसे ही बताने वाले थे कि हम लोग को अब नॉर्मल चीज़ें हो रही हमारे साथ, बार बार वही चीज़, तो तब तक स्ट्रीम एंड हो गई। तो उसके बाद से यहाँ से देखो। हालांकि वही कुछ चीज़ें हैं जो हम लोग को वापस देखनी पड़ेंगी, लेकिन फिर भी चलो उसको कैचअप कर लेंगे। और स्पाइडरमैन मैं शाम में खेलूँगा अभी, क्योंकि 1 घंटा इसको खेलने के बाद मैं थोड़ा रेस्ट करूँगा। क्योंकि मैं लाइट का ही वेट कर रहा था कि मैं मेरा क्यूरियस क्यूरोसिटी मेरी बढ़ रही थी, एक्साइटमेंट बढ़ रहा था कि जानना है कि ये चीज़ कौन कर रहा था। और हम लोग को शायद देहा की वजह से, कह रहे हैं नहीदा, के नहीदा जो कह रही थी, वो ये कह रही थी कि शायद ये आकाशा की वजह से हुआ है, और देहा भी यही कह रही थी। तो उसके बाद लाइट चली गई। शायद मैं यही समझा हूँ थोड़ा बहुत, शायद मैं गलत भी हो सकता हूँ, लेकिन देखते हैं। जब हम लोग को वापस देखने को मिलेगा वही चीज़।
I get the grant's knowledge part. That's what people have always used the Akasha for. But compiling the entire populace's wisdom? How does that work?
Did she mean that the sages enter new knowledge into the Akasha? Oh, yeah. That sounds about right. What do you think?
ओके, अब यहाँ पे हम लोग थिंक करते हैं। तो मेन चीज़ यही है। यप,
My mind feels exhausted.
यही है।
You mean the Akasha is causing our mental fatigue?
यही बता रहे थे, तब
Huh.
तक लाइट चली गई थी।
Now that I think about it, my head's been feeling unusually heavy. When the desert dwellers set off on their quest for knowledge, a sage once said, knowledge always comes at a price. Compiling the entire country's knowledge. You think the Akasha pulled a 180 and is
यप यप
extracting
यप यप।
information from us?
बट हाउ वुड यू डू
Who
इट?
knows? The Akasha can put
तो ये
knowledge into
आकाशा
our
का कर
heads,
रहा है,
so
ये आकाशा का
who's to
कांड है ये
say that
सब,
it can't also poke
जो हम
around
लोग
in
को ये
there?
चीज़ डेजा हो
I
रहा है।
don't know any specifics.
और ये हमारी हैं आर्कवा डेंड्रो आर्कन, जो इस चीज़ को सही करने की कोशिश कर रही है।
What's the point of doing something like that?
Just think about it. If you could combine the knowledge of every single person in Sumeru, then you can basically turn Sumeru City into a single massive brain. This hive mind could make breakthroughs in problems that even the smartest geniuses can't crack.
An excellent deduction. And the analogy comparing Sumeru City to a massive brain? I love it. In that case, we should take off our Akasha terminals right away. Maybe that'll solve this problem.
It's worth a shot. Somehow I don't think I will be that simple.
Yeah, I was only wearing this for show in the first place. Didn't expect the sages to cook up such
और
a
इसमें हमारी
conspiracy.
नाहिदा हेल्प करेगी कि नहीं
Mark
करेगी?
my words. When this is over, I'm getting evidence and exposing this whole thing to the public.
नाहिदा हेल्प करेगी कि नहीं करेगी? Everyone there, remove there.
How does everyone feel?
ओके, तो ये सब जो कान में लगा हुआ था उसी वजह से हो रहा था. आकाशा टर्मिनल वही मतलब है. I also noticed something else.
Huh?
What is it?
it?
I feel like at the end of every day there is always the sound of beep. Yup,
Oh, that!
जो कान में
Paimon
बजता
knows
था.
what you're talking
वो एक तरह से
about.
मंत्र है.
It's a single soft beep.
मंत्र
That
है.
sounds like it's coming from the Akasha
जैसे
terminal.
इंडियन कल्चर्स में होता है कि
Sound
मंत्र
of a
से किसी को
beep.
पोजेस कर
Could it be
लेते
a
हैं,
prompt
वही
tone
चीज़ है.
for when the Akasha is operating?
तो हम लोग पोजेस हो गए थे. I had the same sound in Porto
It's
was.
probably an important clue. We weren't using our terminals, but we heard a beep anyway.
ये देखो.
Traveler, did you hear that?
Yup,
I
yup,
heard it
yup.
too. Our ears aren't messing with us. There was definitely a beep, but it sounded like it was coming from inside my head. We took off our Akasha terminals.
ओह, फिर रिस्टार्ट हो गया. फिर से मुझे लाना पड़ेगा.
Has exceeded its expected length. At this rate, there may be casualties.
But we cannot lose all of our progress.
ओके, तो ये कोई और कर रहा है. और हम लोग वापस उठे हैं. वो ये चीज़ पहले हो चुकी है.
Paimon remembers everything! Good. You adapted quickly this time. We definitely took off our Akasha terminals last night, but we still heard that beep. Why is that?
Been planted with another form of terminals. Yep.
But now we can at least
ओ फिर आ
confirm
गया
one
इनके
thing.
कान में.
The Akasha definitely has something to do with whatever's trapping us in this cycle. Oh, Paimon doesn't get it. Why would the Akasha go this far if all it wants is everybody's wisdom?
ओके, तो मैं शायद गलत हूँ.
It's
कुछ और चीज़
extremely
होगी.
difficult for lab rats
रुको,
and
अभी पता
experiments
अभी
to
पता चलेगा.
understand
अभी पता
why they're
चलेगा.
being treated the way they are. If we're lab rats, then what are you? Nihida, you've never told us anything about yourself.
I guess I'm the moon.
I'm the moon. The moon? Wasn't that the result of our divination? Anyway, knowing who I am won't help you get closer to the truth, so you should focus on other things. Don't get distracted and miss any clues. Okay then. Dia helped us a lot yesterday, so let's go find her. If Paimon...
ओके, तो डेहा को ढूंढना है. ओके, डेहा ने फाइट की थी.
Ah, there you are. I've already taken care of those kidnappers. My lady, did you get hurt?
Hold on, something not right.
Dia?
What?
What's wrong? Why are you both gawking at me like that?
You didn't get hurt this time.
Huh? What do you mean this time? Why are you so surprised
Okay,
that I
कुछ
managed to get
change
out
हुआ है.
unscathed? Those kids were amateurs.
कुछ चेंज हुआ. Aren't you still getting used to your new great sword?
Shh! How did you know about my great sword? I haven't told anyone about it. Please, don't tell Miss Dunyarzad.
So Dia's lost her memories after all.
Did anything feel strange?
Anything strange? You already know that I got a new great sword. If I had to say something, it's weird how such a new weapon could feel so familiar.
वही चीज.
It's as if I've already used it to fight a
बहुत
countless
बार
number
इस
of
यूज कर
battles.
चुकी है वही
You're
चीज.
saying that although you don't remember using it, your body feels like it does?
That's right. Both mercenaries and warriors heavily rely on muscle memory. Only knowing the theory of battle won't get you anywhere.
Traveler, what do you think?
We did because you removed our Akasha terminal. This has never happened before.
Yeah, Paimon's feeling really hopeful.
It is possible that we have already broken free.
Oh, you're right! Earlier in the Samsara, something like this would have never happened.
You will know for sure at the end of
I
it.
have no clue what you two are talking about, but it's still dangerous here, so...
So you want us to take Dunyarzad somewhere else to rest while you check if there are still more kidnappers around, right?
How did you know what I was gonna say? Can you read minds?
Forget it. Go and do your thing.
ओके ये असली वो नहीं है डिनोज़र नहीं है. ओके टाइम बीता ये सब हुआ. कुछ चीज़ चेंज हुई वापस से. ओके हम शमशेरा में फंस
It's
चुके
finally
हैं.
nighttime. Aside from Dia not getting injured, everything seems to have stayed the same. Listen, Nahida, we found out that Dia got out just fine today, even though she got injured every other time she fought the kidnappers. Do you think the Samsara has been broken? Have we saved Dunyarzad? Really? Good job on all that progress. Get some good sleep tonight. Hey, what kind of an answer is that? Tomorrow will come. Everyone assumes this is common knowledge, but the only way you can know that for sure is if you experience tomorrow. How many todays has it been? Is it possible that today will be followed by yesterday? Does tomorrow truly exist as anything
What the hell ये
beyond a
क्या हो
mere
गया नियादा
concept?
को?
It's
कैसे
even
बातें कर रही है?
possible that this
Tomorrow
entire world is
represent today.
alive,
Hello.
and the history of the whole world has just been one endless Sub-Zero's festival. Okay, no more. Paimon's brain is already shut down. That's why it makes no sense to waste your energy thinking about things you will learn tomorrow. Get some good rest. You know, use the bathroom and flush your anxiety dookie away. Huh? Hold on, what did you just say? Did Paimon hear you correctly? Huh? People always say they feel a sense of relief after they take a duk-duk. That's why I suggested you could try that. Is that so strange? It's so strange and so against common sense that Paimon's at a loss for words. You were sounding kind of smart just a minute ago.
Yeah, we're going to go and get some rest.
Even though it's happy and lively at the Sub-Zero's festival every day.
Okay, फिर बेब
Compared to what
फिर बेब वापस आ गया.
We're still in the same day.
Except it's not as simple as we thought.
You already knew last night that we didn't break out of the Samsara? Why did you tell us? Would there have been a point? You would have spent the night with new worries, with tomorrow still out of reach. In that case, you might as well rest within that brief
भाई
moment of
साहब
hope.
एक साल ना
An
बीत जाए इस
opportunity
तरह.
like that doesn't come by often, and I thought it might help you clear your minds. Paimon thought the Duke did that! Oh, whatever. Guess you were looking out for us after all. Of course. In the time we've been together, you two have been everything to me. Paimon's flattered and everything.
Akasha
but
ना?
maybe you're
Akasha
taking things
terminals.
a little fast.
पर आकाशा टर्मिनल्स कहाँ पे
What I
ट्रांसप्लांट
mean
किए हैं
is,
हम लोग के
even
अंदर
though I had
टर्मिनल्स
asked you
वो
to
वही
solve this
जानना है ना.
puzzle, you two are still the only ones who can see me and sense my presence. In other words,
किस तरह का
if
चिप
you
है
weren't here, I may as well not
ये तो समझ में आ गया
exist.
कि बीप की वजह से हो रहा है.
That's why you two have been everything to me. Get it?
पर कैसे हो रहा है?
Nahida's talking about confusing stuff again. Anyway, that's enough chit-chat. So, Traveler, did the new clues yesterday help you gain a new understanding of the situation?
The time loop theory is indeed incorrect.
Why are you scrapping your previous theory?
Their fighting skills have been improving.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Gosh, how did we not notice that? In a simple time loop, people's physical condition should also reset.
Yep.
So, what's your new hypothesis?
तो ये हमारे दिमाग के साथ खेला जा रहा है. हाँ.
The moon, illusions, and lies. What do they all mean?
ये हो सकता है. द मून कौन है? द मून नाहिदा है. इल्यूजन जो हम लोग को लग रहा है हुआ है लेकिन वो नहीं हुआ है. और लाइज वही चीज़ है कि हर चीज़ बदल रही है और हमें झूठा लग रहा है. मतलब हमें सच्ची नहीं लग रही वो बातें, झूठी लग रही हैं. ओके, एक सेकेंड.
Mercenaries rely heavily on muscle memory. And Dia was able to use her experiences to avoid injury in later samsara cycles.
ना ये भी है. ओके. एसोसिएट ट्रिगर एसोसिएशन. रुको, कैंसिल एसोसिएशन पहले.
The beep is a prompt tone for Akasha operations. We still hear it every night, even though we removed our Akasha terminals.
वही चीज़. तो इसका मतलब ये टर्मिनल यहाँ नहीं है. ये टर्मिनल कहीं एक तरह से टावर है जो हमारे कान तक आता है और हमारे उसे को हटाना है ना.
The beep.
एक सेकेंड.
Okay. Nahida said, the Akasha relies on the power of a gnosis to operate, as it is the manifestation of the God of Wisdom's power. It compiles the wisdom of the entire populace, and it grants knowledge to the people.
ओके, ये मुझे समझ में नहीं आया कुछ.
We've already experienced the Sub-Zeru's festival many times, and the day of the festival seems to be in a perpetual samsara.
ओके, एक सेकेंड.
We've already experienced the Sub-Zeru's.
मुझे ये लग रहा है.
I can't seem.
तो ये व्हाट आकाशा साउंड. हाँ, हो सकता है. द मेमोरी आर डिलीटेड एवरी डे.
If all our memories of a day are erased at the end of that
हाँ, नाइस.
day, then we would unwittingly relive that same day again and again.
यप. तो ये हो सकता है एक चीज़. तो वी आर्ट इन द टाइम लूप. इंस्टेंट आवर मेमोरीज आर बीइंग erased at the
Oh, then the beep we hear every night could just be indicating the deletion of our memories. That's why when we wake up, everyone thinks the Sub-Zeru's festival hasn't happened yet. It's already the next day, but everyone still thinks it's the day before. But muscle memory can't be erased. That's why Dia has been getting better at using her greatsword. Now everything makes sense. A brilliant deduction. Nahida, tell us if we're right or wrong.
तो ये एक तरह से मंत्र है जो हम लोग को कान में बोला जाता है. या फिर मंत्र नहीं है, ये एक तरह से बीप जो है वो एक तरह से माइंड डिलीट कर देता है हम लोग का. मेमोरी डिलीट कर देता है.
Because you focus too much on your perception that it
भाई साहब, ये
glows.
बहुत गंदी
That isn't simple at all.
चीज़ है भाई. स्टिल द रॉन्ग कंक्लूजन. हाँ,
Why don't you go talk to Miss Dia again? You might learn something new.
तो अभी भी कुछ गड़बड़ है.
Right. She did help us
Okay.
find our latest clue after all. Let's go.
अभी भी कुछ गड़बड़ है, तो इसका मतलब देहा से ही बात करनी पड़ेगी. और ये बता नहीं रही क्योंकि ये चाहते हैं कि हम लोग खुद फिगर आउट करें कि क्या बात है, क्यों ऐसी चीज़ें हो रही हैं हम लोग के साथ. मुझे जब नहीदा अपने आप को रिवील करेगी कि मैं डंडरो आर्कन हूँ, तब क्या होगा.
There you are. Really took me a while to find you.
As expected, Dia also didn't get hurt today.
Get hurt? Why would I? Don't underestimate me.
Well, you're still getting used to your new greatsword.
Huh. Truth be told, I also think it's pretty strange. It just suddenly felt so familiar in my hands and... wait a second! How did you know I got a new greatsword to begin with? I didn't tell anyone about it.
Traveler, could you explain the situation to her today?
We
Paimon's gotten a little sick of doing it.
we don't actually need to explain everything. Just let's get straight to a point.
Oh, that works.
You suddenly became proficient with the Kyogedon because We lived through this day many times already. Our memories of the day are erased every night.
What happened to you guys while I was gone? Did you get brainwashed by some cult?
Don't think too hard about it. Just take what we're saying at face value.
Alright then, let me get this straight. You're telling me that my body's already gotten used to this great sword, but my brain just doesn't remember it?
Yes, your memory's being erased every day.
And I'd have to disagree. That's impossible.
Oh? Why do you think that?
If we've actually been reliving the Sub-Zeru's festival day after day, then what happened to the things we used, the money we spent, the food we ate?
Ooh,
Common sense says
ये
my
भी तो
knowledge
मैंने
should have emptied
सोचा.
itself
I
a
thought
long
about that
time ago.
too.
There's no way I wouldn't have noticed that.
वही चीज ना, सामान भी तो खराब नहीं हो रहे हैं, वो हर चीज फ्रेश हो रहा है बार बार. मतलब अरे यार ये तो बहुत दिमाग खराब वाली चीज है. But if the sages were behind this, they utilized the entire city resources as well. I'm surprised by the Akasha.
Right. They could use the Akasha to record what everyone did that day, and then use the city's resources to replenish everything. It's not very likely, but it's also not impossible.
No, it is impossible. I've got proof.
You
What
have
the
proof?
proof? Where?
Where?
You two are surprisingly serious
वो
about this
तो ये भी तो हो
nonsensical
सकता है कि
discussion.
एक तरह से
Fine, I'll play along for a little
Ye-
longer.
कोई और
Come
गॉड
with
का
me,
काम.
Miss Junior-san.
कंफ्यूज हो
Please
रहा.
come along as well.
वो क्या रहा
I
है?
still can't guarantee that this area is safe.
किसी और गॉड का भी तो काम हो सकता है, लेकिन बीप क्यों आ रहा है फिर?
Paimon can't believe it's Dia who wants to show us something this time. 2 days ago, we were the ones taking her to see Junior's eye.
वेट अ सेकेंड. तो इसका मतलब कुछ चीज़ें हैं जो मैं मिस कर रहा हूँ और नहीं था चाहती कि हम लोग जाने वो चीज़. ओके ठीक है, देखते हैं.
This is it.
Huh? This is a wooden training dummy. What about it?
See those marks on the dummy?
Oh.
Those are the result of several days worth of practice. Let's say the sages didn't replace it every day. Shouldn't it be hacked to pieces by now?
तो इसका मतलब
That's
टाइम भी
true.
चेंज हो रहा है, लेकिन टाइम चेंज
What if
नहीं
it
हो रहा है.
Then the sages would have had to reproduce every mark I left during previous training sessions. I'm a professional fighter. My martial school has always emphasized the importance of refined control. The force, angle, and entry point of each strike is calculated and deliberate. That's why
ये
I
काफी
remember
अच्छा है,
every
काफी
mark on the
इंटरेस्टिंग
dummy, as well as my
आर्कन
state
क्वेस्ट
of
है भाई.
mind as I made
ये
each
क्वेस्ट कुछ
strike.
ज़्यादा इंटरेस्टिंग बना
It's
दिया ये
just as
लोग.
they say. Each swordsman has their own unique style, and even the same swordsman can't make the same cut twice. It would be impossible to copy these marks.
Is it really impossible? What if they use some fancy machine to carve every single mark?
People often say that a camera's photo can never replace an artist's painting because the former has no spirit to it. The same thing applies here. At a mere glance, I can differentiate
makes
carved
sense.
marks
It
from the
seems to be
results
all-
of combat training.
This theory.
Whew, I hope that cleared things up for you. Hey,
So
is this that new brain exercise game that's been super popular with the scholars lately? It's surprisingly fun.
नहीं, जब तक
Anyway,
आंसर नहीं मिल
it's
जाएगा
getting
तब तक
late.
इसको नहीं बता
I should
सकते
escort Miss Juniors
कि
out to
असल
meet
में
the
हो
stage.
क्या रहा है.
See you later.
वो सभी कंफ्यूज है, ये दोनों भी
Back
हो.
to square one. Is our memory deletion theory also wrong?
यप, कुछ और हो रहा है बात.
But at least we've reached some
We
other
are not in the real
conclusions in the
world.
meantime.
We are not in the time loop. तो ये भी तो हो सकता है कि ये सब चीज़ें वो पेड़ कर रहा हो, जो पेड़ जो हम लोग ने देखा था सपने में आते ही, जो हम लोग स्टार्टिंग में आते ही हम लोग ने एक पेड़ देखा था जब हम लोग बेहोश हो गए थे. हम लोग बेहोश भी क्यों हैं, तो वो भी अभी तक आंसर नहीं मिला है उस चीज़ का. तो इसका मतलब ये भी तो हो सकता है कि वो पेड़ कर रहा हो सब कुछ. पता नहीं.
Yep, that's true. So, can we think of any new ideas right now?
That something is strange.
Strange? Paimon feels like everything's been
How
strange
come we have never
lately.
thought about leaving the city?
Leaving the city?
You're right.
You're right. It's really strange how we never thought of such
तो
a
मतलब कोई
simple
निकालने की कोशिश कर
solution.
रहा है.
Many things should become clear if we can confirm the flow of time outside of the city. Paimon can't believe it. Did we miss this because we're tunnel visioning too hard on our other theories? or because we're just too tired.
It is really strange. We shouldn't thought of this long time ago.
How about we go back and ask Nahida? Maybe we've forgotten something about leaving the
तो
city.
ये हो सकता है इस सिटी में ऐसा कुछ है जो टाइम चेंज कर रहा है। कंफ्यूज हो रहा हूँ मैं। नहीं था, कहाँ हो तुम? नहीं था, नहीं था, नहीं था, नहीं था, नहीं था।
Nahida, we're back! You're back early today. Did you find something new? Sort of. We're mostly sure now that we're not in a time loop. And we also aren't in the real world. But at the same time, we have a new question.
What will happen if we try to leave the city? Whoa!
Leaving the city. As far as I remember, you've mentioned your plans to do that twice before. We did? But we don't remember anything. What happened after we talked about those plans? What did we say when we got back? Let me think. I don't think you ever actually told me what the outcome was. Oh, it's probably more accurate to say that both times you never came back the whole night. But you two sometimes stay out the entire night anyway, so at the time, I didn't think too much about it. It is true that sometimes we lose track of time during our investigations. Before we know it, it'll already be the next day. But still, neither of us remember anything about leaving town. Really? That's kinda strange. In theory, I should have already awakened all your memories.
Let's try again tomorrow. Maybe this is the key.
Yep. Something here's definitely fishy.
Okay. फिर से वापस सिस्टम.
Memories are back!
Let's go and try to leave the city today.
About that. Well, where should Paimon begin?
What do you mean?
Traveler, aside from your memories that were just restored, I have another message for you. Listen to it and you'll understand.
Can't go back. There are countless spaces here. Our Sub-Zero's festival in Sumeru City is just one of them.
Traveler, you should be missing 2 days worth of memories. Paimon will fill you in.
What the hell?
It's time to carry out our plan from yesterday. Okay,
Okay, let's go. तो मैं असल में गया ही नहीं. मैं जाने की कोशिश किया लेकिन मैं वापस आ गया. शायद ये है.
Why can't we leave the city? What is the academia up to now?
Don't ask me. It's not like I can tell you anything. This is a direct order from the Grand Sage. Just wait until tomorrow.
I have a real emergency. My goods have already arrived at Port Ormos. If I don't hurry, they'll be stolen.
That's your problem. Make sure you make a request in advance next time.
But it's not like you can just predict business matters
अच्छा मैं
in
अंदर आ गया हूँ,
advance.
बाहर नहीं जा सकता.
It looks like the Academia already announced a lockdown for Sumeru City today. How completely unsurprising. Let's go and question them. Hello, sir. Why can't we leave the city today?
Here we go again. Don't ask me. I don't know either. We just received an order that no one is allowed to enter or exit Sumeru today. They didn't tell us anything else. Angering me won't get you anywhere. If I had that kind of insider info, I would have left this.
तो क्यों ना मैं स्नीक कर जाऊँ, स्नीक पिक कर जाऊँ.
It looks like he really doesn't know. If we can't get anything out of him, let's take matters into our own hands. Why don't we climb over the walls?
Why chase?
Those guards can't be everywhere at once. This is a good spot, and the guard hasn't noticed us at all. Let's hurry! Huh? Why? Are you going to leave Paimon behind? But what if things get really weird out there and you get into some trouble?
Wait करो.
Then Paimon won't be able to help you. Oh, Paimon knows that Paimon can't do much, but we've always been together, haven't we?
If we live together, it will just be the same as before.
Okay. Promise Paimon that you'll come back as soon as possible.
हाँ.
Just a quick look. And please.
ओके, पाइमन चिंता कर रही है, लेकिन हम लोग निकल जाते हैं यहाँ से कि नहीं निकल पाते हैं.
Memories. Traveler.
What the hell?
Paimon would never see you again. Paimon waited for you for hours and hours at the city hall, and you never came back. You promised Paimon that you were only taking a quick look.
तो इसका मतलब हम लोग कहीं भी जाए, हमारे लिए वो टाइम वापस रिपीट कर रहा है, क्यों? ये सच में.
Paimon, calm down. She's here now. I don't think she understood what you were saying. Paimon doesn't care. Paimon wanted to go look for you, but you also said that Paimon should stay. Paimon was so worried and so scared the entire day.
I'm not doing any of this. Still sorry, Paimon. I won't leave you behind.
Okay. Paimon will forgive you. The most important thing is that you didn't
कभी-कभी इस पे
actually
लगता है कि
disappear.
बहुत प्यारी है, लेकिन कभी-कभी लगता है ये
Paimon was so scared
सीक्रेट,
that you had gone into
इसका
another
सीक्रेट
world.
बहुत बड़ा है भाई.
Okay, Paimon, can you tell us your perspective of what really happened yesterday? I see. Using two people's different perspectives. After that, you left the city. Paimon kept her eyes on you the whole time, but then you
Disappear?
disappeared in an instant.
That what you saw, you weren't zoning out.
No way! Paimon was watching you.
मैं
with
disappear
full
हो गया?
attention. What's your perspective, traveler? You sure you don't have any memory of this?
Yes, I don't even know that yesterday existed.
I guess that explains everything. You also lost your memories the last 2 times you tried to leave the city. Those days' memories can't be awoken. So, if we leave the city, our memories will be completely erased?
So they didn't just restrict access to Summer City, they also reason the memory of those who leave.
It really sounds like something big outside of the city is being hidden on purpose. But this way, we'll also never discover what's outside.
If our memories will be erased, can we leave behind something other than memories?
Something like a message? But how can we send
पर
it
वो भी चेंज हो
back?
जाएगा ना,
Don't look at me like that.
वो भी चेंज हो जाएगा ना, क्योंकि अगर
I'm not
मार्क्स
used to being stared at.
मार्क्स सेम हो सकते हैं तो पेपर भी सेम हो सकता है.
Okay. You want something that can pass on messages, right? Give me some time and take care of Dunyarzad for me. Yep, now we're talking.
पर वो भी चेंज हो जाएगा ना यार. अच्छा, अगर लेटर लिखेंगे तो चेंज हो जाएगा, अगर लेटर नहीं लिखेंगे तो चेंज नहीं होगा. अरे व्हाट, वो वापस ही नहीं आई. नाहिदा, अच्छा
I'm done. Here you go. What? Isn't this just an Akasha terminal? You made some little changes. Akasha terminals are already capable of sending messages. I just tweaked it so that it could connect to any node. To make something like this? Nahida, you really know the Akasha like the back of your hand. Anyway, we could... Yep. I'll help you save the messages. It should be pretty easy to use. I just can't guarantee the user's status and signal coverage when they're outside the city. We'll never know until we try. At least we... Let's go then. Let's Alright. Okay.
ओके ठीक है, वेट करो
That
वेट
covers
करो.
everything that's happened so far.
What was I left for myself when I left the city?
Yes. Although the signal was choppy and had some interference, we still managed to receive 2 messages from you when you were outside. Okay, now that you understand what's going on, let's hear the messages together.
चेंज हो गया, कुछ नहीं है।
Can't go back. There are countless spaces here.
Oh.
Our Sub-Zero's festival in Sumeru City is just one of them. I've entered another space. Before me are flowing sandstone and howling fish. Impossible and surreal sights. All these spaces are empty, except for the occasional ones that contain mute puppets rather than people. I can't sense any human presence.
Okay. नहीं था simple
That's
answer.
one heck of an info dump. It sounds like you left the Sumeru City space when you set foot outside of the walls. But everything looked completely normal when Paimon was looking out from the inside. That's unbelievable. And if we take your word for it, the other spaces all had very weird contents. There's another part here. We only received it last night.
Okay.
These spaces have been disappearing, one after the other, absorbed by something like a sun in the sky. And now, even the final space has also disappeared. Behind me, a lot of spaces just appeared again from thin air. I get it now. Those spaces are actually...
Actually what?
Why did the message end right there? What did the traveler want to say? What are those spaces? Probably because yesterday just happened to end at that moment. Oh, right. Paimon did hear a beep
तो हम लोग
from
places
the
भी change
Akasha.
कर रहे हैं,
Did it come from here?
पर इसका मतलब ये नहीं
from
कि
the message?
हम लोग तो टाइम ही
The message. It should have come from the
Time
traveler's
travel
Akasha
कर रहा है।
terminal.
ये तो वही चीज हो गई, पर वो
After the
चीज हो ही
beep,
नहीं रही है।
Traveler said even the final spaces also disappeared. Traveler, what do you think that final space could have been?
हम लोग टाइम ट्रेवल कर रहे हैं। The real world, space without human presence.
All the bizarre spaces I saw outside the city had one thing in common. A lack of human presence. Was that space actually the real world? But wouldn't a real space just randomly disappearing like that be catastrophic? My impression is that each day in this samsara only ends at the sound of that beep from the Akasha.
Oh, so that's what it is! After the sound of the beep, the final space, the Sub-Zero's festival, also disappears, and we're taken to the next day. Later on, Traveler also mentioned a bunch of new spaces materializing behind them. Do lots of new spaces appear every day? Paimon's head is spinning. Just what are these spaces anyhow? Well, consider this. For all the horrors of the Archon War, at its heart, it was just a game where a bunch of gods fought over 7 seats. So no matter how strange or spooky things may look on the surface, maybe all they point to in the end is a small and simple secret. Wow, the Archon War, huh? That's an analogy and a half.
The secret, huh? Give me some time. I need to organize my thoughts.
Hey, where are you going?
पर मैं जा रहा हूँ कहीं छोड़ के इसको। I just thought in the bench in the city. Okay, तो ये फाइनल होना चाहिए क्योंकि मेरा भी दिमाग खराब हो रहा है। मुझे आंसर चाहिए। और ये सब एक ही चीज़ से हो रहा है कि जब भी हम लोग का डे ख़त्म होता है और एक बीप बजता है और ये सब रीसेट हो जाता है, तो एक तरह से ये टाइम लूप भी नहीं है, टाइम ट्रैवल भी नहीं है। टाइम ट्रैवल हो सकता है वैसे, लेकिन पूरा सिटी कैसे टाइम ट्रैवल कर सकता है? पूरा सिटी टाइम ट्रैवल कैसे कर सकता है?
Do you want some alone time to think? Alright then, Paimon won't disturb you.
The dance of Sub-Zeros is about to begin. I'm going to go watch it.
Okay. Why don't you go ahead, Dunyarzad? We still have some other stuff to do first.
Okay then. See you later.
Have you figured it out yet, Traveler? Time is ticking away.
I think I know the answer now.
Awesome. What is it? Paimon wants to know. Oh, wait, no. Let's meet up with Nahida first. You can tell us both together. This time we're gonna get to the truth.
Okay, इस बार भी मुझे नहीं लगता कि हम लोग आंसर जानते हैं, लेकिन फिर भी एक बार ट्राई तो करना पड़ेगा, क्योंकि आंसर्स का आंसर्स ही हम लोग को दिखा सकता है कि आंसर्स क्या है। शायद तुम लोग को पता चल गया होगा मैं क्या बात कर रहा हूँ, लेकिन कंफ्यूज मत होना बस, नाहिदा की तरह। सॉरी, पाइमोन की तरह, सॉरी ट्रैवलर की तरह। मुझे खुद समझ में नहीं आ रहा कि ये आंसर्स क्या है, पर ट्रैवलर को समझ में आ गया तो इसका मतलब ट्रैवलर बता सकती है कि हमको क्या हुआ है और क्या हो रहा है इस सिटी में। होपफुली आंसर्स इस बार फाइनल हो।
You're back. I've been waiting forever for you two. Judging by the looks on your faces, are you ready to take your Sub-Zero's exam and graduate from the festival?
Accept, missed.
Okay. First off, have you discovered the hidden truth?
Yep, information on the
Okay.
Akasha.
Nahida said, the Akasha relies on the power of a gnosis to operate, as it is the manifestation of the God of Wisdom's power. It compiles the wisdom of the entire populace,
ये तो समझ में आ
and
गया।
it grants knowledge to the people.
और ये है
People
next.
in Sumeru don't dream. What a strange phenomenon.
Don't dream इसका मतलब वो लोग जगे हुए हैं, सो नहीं रहे हैं।
The moon, illusions, and lies.
वो सिर्फ जगह जगह अपनी
What do they all mean?
जगह बदल रहे हैं। वो इल्यूजन लाइस, ये वही चीज़ ना, ये चीज़ हो सकता है, लेकिन ये चीज़ मुझे अभी भी लग रही है कि ये चीज़
The
नहीं होगी,
moon,
लेकिन फिर भी देखते हैं।
all the bizarre spaces I saw outside the city had one thing in common: a lack of human presence.
ओह, व्हाट द हेल, ये क्या हुआ? हेलो 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 हेलो। अचानक से मेरी सिटी में हो क्या गया? ओके, कुछ गड़बड़ हुई है, पता नहीं, शायद मेरा चलेगा कि नहीं चलेगा, क्योंकि ये तो चल रहा है, स्ट्रीम तो चल रही है। ओके, तो ये क्या हो गया? चल जा, चल गया। ओके, तो कुछ गड़बड़ हुई थी, शायद
You're
रिस्टार्ट।
back. Are you ready to take your Sub-Zero's? Okay.
ओके, तो
We've already experienced the Sub-Zero's festival many times, and the day of the festival seems to be in a perpetual samsara.
ये नहीं है।
All the bizarre spaces I saw outside the city had one thing in
यही
common:
ये चीज़ है,
a lack of human presence.
यही चीज़ है।
Those spaces remind me of dreams, like the one I had in the Avidia forest. Except these have no sign of human presence.
ये भी तो हो सकता है हम लोग सपना देख रहे हो, क्योंकि किसी को सपना नहीं आ रहा है, तो सपने में ही हम लोग सपना देख रहे हो और हम सब सो रहे हो, तभी हम लोग को सपना नहीं आ रहा है। ये हो सकता है। यस यस, हम सब सो रहे हैं।
We are all in a dream.
यस,
It isn't that the people of Sumeru don't dream.
वही
Rather,
ये
the
चीज मेरे
Akasha
दिमाग
is
में क्यों नहीं
taking
आई?
their dreams from them.
ओके,
People in Sumeru think they don't dream, but the truth is the Akasha steals their dreams without them knowing it. And those spaces with no human
या
presence
फिर मैं गलत
are
हूँ?
stolen dreams without their host. That would explain why they sounded so weird when she was trying to
You
describe
got it right.
them. Huh. So people in Sumeru do dream after all. In fact, we're all in one big dream together right now.
तो इसका मतलब
Correct answer.
सब सो रहे हैं,
Now, how did you conclude that the Akasha
पर
is capable
हम लोग
of
जगे
this?
क्यों हैं फिर? तो ये सपने में जगे हैं कि ओके क्या बोलिए, याद नहीं है क्या बोलिए यार, क्योंकि मुझे स्ट्रीम देखनी पड़ी। ओह सो पीपल इन समेरू डोंट ड्रीम, ओके ठीक है। उसके आगे क्या बोली? करेक्ट आंसर, हाउ डिड यू कंसीड दैट द आकाशा इज कैपेबल ऑफ दिस? ओके, द आकाशा ऑपरेशन रिक्वायर अ गेनोसिस।
The Akasha relies on the power of a gnosis to operate.
हाँ हो सकता है। द आकाशा इज अ manifestation of the god of wisdom
It
power.
is the manifestation of the God of Wisdom's power.
मे बी शायद, लेकिन गॉड ऑफ ड्रीम नहीं है, वो गॉड ऑफ विजडम है। इट कैप
It compiles the wisdom of the entire populace,
इट ग्रांट एंड नॉलेज टू पीपल।
and it grants knowledge to the people.
ओके, तो मेरे हिसाब से देखो, मेरे हिसाब से ये है कि लोग सब जगे हुए हैं, नहीं मतलब लोग सब सो रहे हैं, ठीक। तो इसका मतलब आकाशा ये कैसे कर रहा है? आकाशा ये कर रहा है गॉड ऑफ वेयर। ओ लेकिन एक सेकंड रुको, अगर आकाशा ये कर रहा है तो इसका मतलब, और वो लॉर्ड नहीं, लेसर लॉर्ड कुशनाली को वो लोग मानते नहीं है, ठीक। वो लोग उसको हेट करते हैं, और वो लोग मानते हैं सिल्वर नाइट या सिल्वर नाइट ही नाम है क्या उसका, हाँ, उसको गॉड मान रहे थे एक तरह से कि ओके रुको। तो इसका मतलब ये हो सकता है कि वो लोग गॉड गॉड की पावर चुरा रहे हैं, वो गॉड की पावर यूज़ कर रहे हैं, मुझे यही लग रहा है।
Oh, okay. Those
मुझे यही लग रहा है।
dream-controlling creatures in the forest also get their power from the Dendro Archon, right? That would explain why the Akasha has the ability to control people's dreams too.
हाँ
But
हो सकता है।
is stealing everyone's dreams really how the Akasha compiles their wisdom? Isn't there anything more to it than that? Dreams are fantastical, complex, and full of imagination. People's brains are the most active when they're dreaming. In other words, dreams are rich bundles of human wisdom. So in other words, the complete opposite of how Hypatia understood it. Paimon remembers her saying that the sages think dreams are foolish delusions, and the fact that no one dreams is a blessing from Greater Lord Rukkhadevata.
ओके तो मैं गलत था, सॉरी।
So it was all a dirty trick? The real story is that the sages from the academia are using the Akasha to steal people's dreams for their own use, huh?
यस एंड दे डोंट इंटेंड टू स्टॉप देयर।
Oh? By the sounds of it, you understand the current situation pretty well. So then, what about the samsara?
ओके द आकाशा साउंड।
The beep is a prompt tone for Akasha operations. We still hear it every night, even though we removed our Akasha terminals.
तो ये चीज़ नहीं है। द अपीयरेंस एंड डिसअपीयरेंस ऑफ स्पेस।
Those spaces kept disappearing before my eyes. But as soon as that beep sounded, many more spaces materialized. Those spaces kept disappearing before. Those dreamscapes kept vanishing. But as soon as that beep sounded, more new spaces appeared. Grand Sage said, "Go celebrate the birth of that god to your heart's content."
ओह
Did he mean something more?
इसका मतलब वो नहीं चाहता कि हम लोग ये चीज़ करें। मतलब यहाँ पे ओह ये हो
Grand
सकता है।
Sage said, "Go celebrate the birth of that god to your heart's content." My mind feels exhausted, even though I haven't done too much thinking. We've already experienced the Sub-Zeru's festival.
तो ये हो सकता है, रुक जाओ ना, तब ये होगा फिर। यप, मैसिव।
Correct. The Akasha is keeping each person's brain in a constant dream state, but also separating their consciousness from their own dream. Their disembodied consciousness is placed inside the collective dream of the Sub-Zero's festival along with everyone else's, while their now vacant dreams are harvested by the Akasha. No
भाई
one is
साहब
any
बहुत
the
दिमाग
wiser
खराब
as
किया
another
ये
day
चीज।
passes in the dream, and so begins
आकाशा
another
आकाशा
samsara
टेंडर्स
cycle.
साले
People wake up to yet another
दिमाग
dream
खराब
about
कर
the
दिया मेरा।
Sub-Zero's festival. The dreams that belong to them are once again harvested by the Akasha. And so it continues.
So, this is like a dream
और ये
factory.
डेंड्रो जानता है,
And the
डेंड्रो आर्कन ये
Akasha is
इसके लिए कुछ नहीं कर रहा है।
dream harvesting machine. Did Paimon get that analogy right?
Very good, Paimon. Using analogies well is an excellent habit to get into.
Okay. So that beep we keep hearing is actually from our real-life Akasha terminals. Taking off our terminals in this dream doesn't do anything.
Alright, last question. Who am I?
Nahida. Okay, the moon, the illusion, the lies. The moon.
They say that alchemical divination is the Dendro Archon's divine revelation. So then, if Nahida has referred to herself as the moon...
So says the Dendro Archon?
Now that I think about it, wasn't illusions a hint that we're all dreaming?
ओह, तो ये हो सकता है ये illusion है, पर ये हो सकता है ये भी lies है।
Now that I think about it, wasn't illusions hinting at the sage's deception of Sumeru's people?
वही चीज मैं moon ले रहा हूँ।
So you noticed.
You are the lesser lord को सुना लियो।
I thought that would be the hardest
I
question.
don't know why
That's why
she
I put it
doesn't help
last.
directly. वही चीज ना।
That wasn't hard at all. Even Paimon guessed that. Everything about you is different. We just didn't want to expose
तो
you.
ये एक तरह से हम लोग को ड्रीम में आई है, इसलिए हम लोग को ये
You've been hinting to us since
स्किप
the
स्किप
very
करके दिख रही थी।
beginning.
तो इसका मतलब हम लोग इस टाइम सो रहे हैं,
To when we were
लेकिन
asking all over the
जैसे
place
ये
for
सो रही है,
info about Lesser Lord
जैसे ये सो
Kusanagi.
रही है,
Paimon didn't
वैसे हम
expect
लोग
to
भी
meet
सो
you
रहे
like
हैं
this.
कहीं ना कहीं। हाँ सही बात है, जैसे ये सो रही है वैसे हम लोग भी कहीं ना कहीं सो रहे हैं, और इसीलिए जो डेहा के साथ है वो असली डूनसारा नहीं है, कोई और है। I have a lot of question for you, but this doesn't seems like a good time.
Yes, those can wait until we're back in real life.
Thank
On the other
you.
hand, I'd be happy to answer
और मुझे
any
लगा
more
इसकी पावर
questions you
क्रीपी
have
है,
about
लेकिन
here
ये
now.
क्रीपी नहीं है क्योंकि ये हमारे सपने में है और ये आर्कॉन है, इसलिए हम लोग को दिख रही है। ओ भाई साहब, इतना टाइम ले लिया एक चीज के लिए। Why couldn't you sleepy simply tell us? हाँ वही चीज।
You asked me this question before. My answer was, it would literally blow your minds.
What?
Now that you know this is all a dream, this answer should hopefully make more sense. Have you heard the saying, don't wake a sleepwalker? Likewise, if someone suddenly had told you all this instead of you learning it on your own, your notion of reality and dream would be thrown into irreversible confusion. I couldn't expose you to that kind of risk.
What the
That's
hell?
why I could only give you very subtle hints and some suggestions. Long story short, I'm really sorry I had to keep you guessing.
वाओ, तो मतलब ये सब जान के भी अनजान बन रही थी, और मेरे को सिर्फ इसलिए नहीं कि हम लोग हम लोग की तबीयत खराब हो जाती है, अभी हम लोग कुछ हो जाता, सिर्फ इसलिए नहीं बताए। उस चीज़ को रिस्क नहीं लेना चाहती थी ये नहीदा। How do you the sages manage to keep the people from noticing this?
Firstly, this dream we're in is completely based on reality. People have already experienced this Sub-Zero's festival, so it would be very difficult for them to find anything that strikes them as surreal. Secondly, you're probably wondering why people don't have any memories from earlier samsara, right? That's because people don't remember their dreams most of the time anyway. And in any
क्योंकि उन्हें
case,
ड्रीम आती ही
their
नहीं थी।
actual dreams are being taken away from them by the Akasha. So whenever they wake up in this dream of the Sub-Zero's festival, they don't remember anything from their previous identical
जैसे हम
dream.
लोग को
Never mind, Paimon. Traveler had a dream when we were in the Avidia forest, but couldn't see what it was about after waking up. Is that an example of what you mean?
Yes. Only after receiving the blessing of Dendro can a person gain the Dendro element's dream-enhancing power. That explains the feelings of deja vu. Meanwhile, Everyone else has no idea that they are in the Sub-Zero's Festival Samsara, while their dreams are stolen from them over and over again.
तो ये चीज़ जैसे हम लोग को ड्रीम आता है, हम लोग जब सपना देखते हैं तो हम लोग को लगता है कि हम सपने में कुछ कर रहे हैं, लेकिन हम लोग जब उठ जाते हैं तो वो हम लोग को पता नहीं चलता है कि हम लोग सपने में क्या कर रहे थे। तो वही चीज़ है, वही चीज़ यहाँ पे हो रही है, लेकिन ये चीज़ रियलिटी की तरह दिख रही है हम लोग को, बस और कुछ नहीं। अबाउट द साइड इफेक्ट ऑफ द मास प्रोडक्ट।
Can humans really keep dreaming forever like this? Will it ever end? And if so, when?
You might say your mental fatigue has already answered this question. Eventually, there's only so much that people can tolerate. Especially those whose health is compromised to begin with, like Dunyarzad. This relentless exploitation takes an even harder toll on them.
People's lives are at stake here, and nobody knows a thing! We've got to put a stop to this!
पर कैसे? हम लोग तो सो रहे हैं। Why is the dream about the Summer
I
Festival?
know, right? Why did they have to base this dream on my birthday?
ओह,
Really just be a coincidence?
वैसे हो सकता है इसका
Even
बर्थडे
you don't know the reason? Wow, now that's strange.
पर
The
अच्छा हाँ,
academia
अच्छा
sages are
इसका बर्थडे
determined
होता है
to
इसीलिए
harvest lots of
इसके
dreams in a short time,
इसीलिए
no
इसके
matter the cost.
इसका
They
बर्थडे
have to
होता है
be up to
इसीलिए
no
इसके
good.
बर्थडे पे ये लोग क्यों कर रहे हैं,
Unfortunately,
ये
I
आंसर तो
don't
वही
know
लोग दे
anything
पाएंगे।
about it. Traveler, do you have any information?
Maybe dreams with no human presence.
Those spaces remind me of dreams, like the one I had in the Avidia forest. Except these have no sign of human presence. Okay, Nahida said the Akasha relies on the power of a gnosis to
नहीं ये नहीं है।
Grand Sage said, go celebrate the birth of that god to your
ओह
heart's
ये हो
content.
सकता है, ये हो सकता है, ये हो सकता है, वही कर रहा है मुझे लग
Celebrate
रहा
the birth of that god? Could it mean?
है कि वही कर रहा है। I don't have any more questions.
Deceiving the people of Sumeru with no regard for their safety. No matter what they're trying to do, this is unforgivable. After we end the Sub-Zero's Festival Samsara, we have to look into them.
How can the sages of the academia do this behind their archon's back? This is ridiculous!
In the end, I'm just the moon.
The real
The
sun
real sun
is long
is
gone.
long gone.
A
ओह
sun and a moon?
ऋग देवता, ऋग देवता
Nahida's
रियल
talking
सन
in
था और
riddles
ये
again.
सिर्फ एक मून है। ओह भाई 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 नहीं यार, फिर नहीं भूलना मेरे
We're
को।
out of time today!
I'll tell you how to break free of the samsara tomorrow. See you then.
ओके ठीक है, चलो ये आखिरी बार होगा जब हम सब भूल जाएंगे। नाहिदा
Good morning, Nahida. Wait.
ये भी सो रही है?
Paimon remembers everything. Should we instead say good morning, Lesser Lord Kusanali? Hey,
ये भी भूल गई,
what's wrong, Nahida? You don't look too good.
ये भी भूल गई।
I'm afraid that what you're thinking right now is correct.
Did Dunyarzad already disappear? No way. Are we too late?
मर गई।
The real Dunyarzad's consciousness has indeed disappeared. It can no longer endure the constant dream harvesting.
मर गई। यार इतना पास आके।
Paimon can't believe it. Wait, so what about that other Dunyarzad? Just what is she? Is she also going to disappear?
She's actually something like a puppet, but not completely. The real Dunyarzad's consciousness could no longer keep playing her role in this dream. So another Dunyarzad appeared to replace her in the dream. Just like the grass and the trees, that Dunyarzad is just a building block of the dream that helps to keep it going.
But personality-wise, she's nothing like the real Dunyarzad.
Puppets are stiff, and can't copy a living person's vitality. After all, they're just there as filler. You know, speaking of which, The old Dunyarzad might not have been too different from a puppet.
Dunyarzad truly believed that she met you within her consciousness, and it was you who inspired her. So you do remember her after all.
Yes. Back then, her family was overly protective of her. No one cared about her personality or thoughts. It was as if she only lived to stall her Elazar. I just gave her a little wisdom so she could look at life in a new way. So that she could be her own person. But even so, she still...
I still meant a lot to her.
Far from it. I'm still a long way off from being a real Archon. I couldn't even save her. If I were a competent Archon, I wouldn't have let my most faithful follower die at the Subzerus
हर चीज के लिए
festival
तू
with so many
जिम्मेदार नहीं हो
regrets.
सकती ना यार, वो भी तो उसको भी तो
Please don't beat yourself
जीने
up
की
over it,
इच्छा होनी
Nahida.
चाहिए, वो खुद
It's
नहीं
the
जीना चाह रही
sage's
थी,
fault, and
उसको हर
theirs
चीज
alone.
हर टाइम यही लग रहा था कि
I'm not beating myself up. All I did was to rationally observe the distance between myself and a real Archon.
Don't be like that, Nahida. Even real Archons are still allowed to be sad.
To prevent more tragedies like this, we must end the samsara as soon as possible.
Great, but how do we do that?
Although the Subzerus Festival dream is under the Akasha's control, only humans can dream. Even the Akasha is unable to create them. That means this dream belongs to a host who created it.
Huh? So, how should we find that person?
Well, if this is someone's dream, then everything here must come from deep within their consciousness. Which means, with the power of imagination, they can change anything in this dream.
Imagination? What do you mean by that?
Imagination means breaking through what you perceive as normal. Like when a server at a tavern brings a plate to you, you'd naturally assume that food is on it. However, if you're the dream's host and you become aware that you're dreaming, when you imagine gold and more on the plate, the dream will respond in kind. And the server
वहाँ आ
really will
जाएगा,
bring you gold and mora.
वहाँ सही
But
बात
right
है.
now, our host is unaware that this is a dream. No matter how many
So we
times
find a
they're
host
served,
and what?
find some way to make that person realize that they're dreaming. Usually, once that happens, the person will wake up and the dream samsara will be broken.
ओके, तो किसी एक पर्टिकुलर पर्सन देख रहा है
If it could be anyone, it'd be like looking for
और
a
उसमें
needle
हम
in
लोग
a
फंसे,
haystack.
उसके ड्रीम में फंस गए भाई साहब. ये तो
Even if
बहुत
we did find them,
खतरनाक
how
चीज़
are
है
we
भाई.
supposed to make them realize they're dreaming? After all, like you said, don't wake a sleepwalker.
It's extremely difficult, yes. But the only ones who can do it are you two. Remember,
वेट अ सेकंड,
everything you've achieved up
हम
to
लोग
this
आए हैं
point
तभी से
has
ये हो
all
रहा है
been
ना
for
कि
the
उससे
sake of
पहले से
finding
हो
the
रहा है ये.
host and ending the samsara.
अगर हम लोग के
As
आने
for
से
me,
हो रहा है इसका मतलब
during this time,
हम लोग भी तो
I'll
हो
be out
सकते
of
हैं.
town.
Out of
लेकिन
town?
हम लोग अगर ये कर
Are
रहे
you
तो
going
हम
to
लोग
that
तुरंत
place
तोड़
full
सकते
of
थे.
dreams where the traveler went?
Yes, I want to try something. There must still be a small wisp of possibility. Hurry and go. Dreams are supposed to be fantastical, romantic, and full of pleasant surprises. Unnecessary things like this samsara need to end.
Oh, Paimon's still a little upset that we've convinced you as such a good person, with such a simple wish. But fate was against her. Yeah, saving Dunyarzad, but Paimon's wondering, do you think the sages would get one of their own to be the host of this dream? Feels like it would be easier to control it that way, no?
Okay, knowing the plan, they have probably become aware that they were dreaming. And then so your host would be less likely to realize this is a dream.
Huh. That's true. Plus, the sages probably weren't counting on there being other factors beyond their control, like Nahida and us. So, who do you think the host of the dream is?
Hey, fairies, the Knight of Flower, the one who the strange getup, the one with the strange getup. Ah.
Oh,
पर मुझे फेरिस
That
लग
would
रहा
make
है.
sense. Ferris, the Knight of Flowers, is a symbol of the whole Subzerus festival, right? Let's go ask him some questions.
ओके अगर वो नहीं हुआ तो फिर कोई और होगा, तो मुझे अभी भी लग रहा है कि वही है। द एंड ऑफ सिमेरू फेस्टिवल। भाई साहब अभी तक एंड ही नहीं हो रहा है एक फेस्टिवल। 6 मेरे लिए 6 दिन के लिए 60 दिन हो गए, 1 साल होने वाला है। पर अभी मुझे लग रहा है कि ये कोर नहीं है, कोई और कोर होगा। मुझे ये क्यों लग रहा है, नहीं ये नहीं है, लेकिन फेरिस, अच्छा फेरिस आगे है।
You're back. You left in a hurry last time. Is everything okay?
Everything's fine. Just, it's a little hard to explain. Would you mind taking part in a little experiment with us?
An experiment? That came out of nowhere. I'm listening, though. What do you need me to do?
Could you make a wish?
You want me to make a wish? Is that a new Sub-Zero's festival tradition or something?
Less questions, more wishing!
Okay.
Okay, wish करके देख, wish करके देख।
My wish. Okay. I'm a little nervous saying this out loud, but I want Miss Dunyarzad to be happy.
Oh.
I noticed earlier that she looked a bit down, and she wasn't really talking to anyone. She just doesn't seem like herself. She's always so gentle and kind, and all the kids love her. I've also wondered if the reason she asked me to be Fairest Knight of Flowers is because I'm special to her, or...
So, you have a crush on Dunyarzad?
Oh no no no. नहीं यार, अगर इसको पता चलेगा मर गई तो दिमाग खराब हो जाएगा।
I guess it is.
बुरा लगेगा इसको भी।
When she placed the hat of the Knight of Flowers onto my head, she said to me, I want everyone to have a happy Sub-Zero's festival. What she didn't realize was that I'm not that interested in how everyone else feels. In that moment, I just wanted to be her Knight of Flowers for the rest of my life. 50 years, 100 years, I'll serve her till the end of time.
उसी का ही आकाशा टाइम में यूज कर रही है।
That was a bit much. Felt like the right moment to get it off my chest, but that was pretty embarrassing. Okay, I'm ready to make my wish. I would like Miss Dunyarzad to appear in front of me right now with a smile on her face. Here goes.
पूरी हो गई?
Come true.
I'm gonna open my eyes. Oh, you're...
What?
Fucky?
What?
Sorry, but only one portion of Yelda candies per person. Back home you go. Nice try,
Okay,
you
ये
two.
नहीं है।
Anyway, never mind. I don't need to see her appear right in front of me.
Guess he isn't the host of this dream after all. Should have expected it wouldn't be this easy.
तो maybe
It seems like everyone who knows Dunyarzad loves her. But none of them has any idea that she...
My lady, step back.
That sounds like Deja! Oh, right. This is when Dunyarzad bumps into the kidnappers. Huh? But Deja can handle them. Hey, traveler!
wait a second, क्या डेया भी हो सकती है? क्या डेया है इस चीज का? क्या डेया है?
Oh, it's you. Great timing. Please take...
Take Dunyarzad and leave. Leave this guys to me.
Hey, this is my job. The homie Yanni's pay me, not you.
You are wasting your breath.
You... fine, alright. Knock yourself out. Why are you so worked up anyway? It's not like I
Cutting
don't trust your
scene,
fighting skills.
cutscene coming soon. Let's
Anyway,
go, let's
watch
go, let's
yourself.
go. मार मम्मा गुद्दी। मुझे लगा डेया है, मुझे लग रहा है डेया है होस्ट, और कोई होस्ट नहीं है, या फिर यही होस्ट है, पता नहीं कौन होस्ट है, लेकिन पता चलने वाला है बहुत जल्दी।
Suit yourself.
You're going down.
शट अप। हाँ इधर है, तेरी पिटाई करूँ।
That's close enough.
Illusion shattered.
Gather. Where do you think you're?
Inazuma shines eternal.
No more tricks up your
Shine
sleeve.
down. Ha ha.
That's close enough.
I will have order.
Where do you think you're?
Rise.
Cascade.
नॉट डेया। ओके ठीक है, वेट करो।
Were you just taking
भाई
your
स्पॉइल मत
anger
करना।
out on those guys?
आई एम फाइन, आई एम जस्ट एंग्री एट माई सेल्फ।
You and Nahida both. Dunyarzad wouldn't want to
क्या
see
मेन
you two
कैरेक्टर है?
like this.
अगर मेन कैरेक्टर है तो हाँ बोल दो भाई, मैं जान जाऊंगा।
Oh,
मुझे मेन कैरेक्टर
and
स्टार्टिंग से
speaking
भी
of
लग रहा
her,
था, लेकिन मुझे डेहा भी
I
लग रही
just
थी।
remembered something. Remember how during the first Sub-Zero's festival, before the Samsara started,
वही
we
चीज।
came here with Dunyarzad because she wanted to pick something up? She said it was because she had forgotten something.
Yes, I do remember that. Yes, I forgot all about that.
Okay, so Paimon's memory is working so far. Anyway, Paimon also remembers that she is staying somewhere around here. She pointed it out to us the night before the Sub-Zero's
Could
festival.
you check out what the item is?
Yeah, even if it's only a tiny clue, it'll...
Okay, आओ देखते हैं क्या है अंदर।
This is the place! It's rude to enter other people's spaces without permission, but desperate times call for desperate measures! Hey! The windows are unlocked! Okay, Paimon's gonna take a peek inside.
I entered the room and returned a while later carrying something.
This was only a temporary residence, so there was pretty much nothing inside except this book on the table.
Huh?
Should we open?
After almost 16 days, I was finally able to get these notes written before the Semeru's festival. Once the festival ends, you and Paimon will probably continue your journey immediately, so I hoping that I had be able to give this to you before that. This is completion of Fox Legend conquering Lesser Lord Kusanale, created from the series of interviews that I conducted in the succession and wrote down. I interviewed so many people, but I am afraid that there were very few who know much about her. Still, I hope that this will be a value of use to you in your search for her. Okay, Grand Gandhava Vile. Water supply once. ठीक है. But one day, people suddenly found that the water was drinkable again. Okay, everyone believes that this was a divine power unless Lord Kushanali at work. After Mama passed out. Okay, diary है क्या? This close record and leave every page. Okay, ठीक है. There was still this one time when we bit too much drink and couldn't find my way home to save my life. Then when I turned a corner. ना. Okay, ठीक है.
Dunyarzad wrote
मैं और नहीं
all
पढ़ने
of
वाला यार,
this.
मेरा
Sounds like she was always thinking of us, even while we were away. Even though she was also busy preparing for the Sub-Zero's festival and had all her health problems to worry about. She must have wanted to give this to us as a gift on the day of the Sub-Zero's festival, right? If we hadn't found this book, we never would have known. But now that we know, we can't even thank her.
तीन विजार्ड.
Hey, where are you off to now?
एक सेकंड रुको, तो क्या होस्ट डेनुजार्ड थी? टॉक टू जिन पर वो तो मर गई थी. ये कितना कंफ्यूजन है. एक सेकंड यार. तो वो डेनुजार्ड थी, तो इसका मतलब जो नहिदा हम लोग कुछ और ही दिखा रही थी, या फिर नहिदा को भी नहीं पता था कि कौन है होस्ट, पर उसको तो सब कुछ पता है ना। एक सेकंड रुको यार, मेरा दिमाग खराब हो रहा है।
It's Dunyarzad's puppet.
I guess I feel better if I say this out loud. Thank you.
Traveler,
What the hell?
you must be exhausted. Come to think of it,
उसको एलेजार का कुछ एलेजार करके बीमारी भी थी, उसने हम लोग को बताया था।
heck, even the last time we were chatting happily with Dunyarzad feels like an eternity ago.
तो यही होस्ट है ना, यही होस्ट है, तो इसका मतलब ये मरी नहीं है। तो जिस चीज को हम लोग पपेट समझते तो पपेट नहीं है, वो असली है, या फिर जो पपेट है वही असली है। रुको यार, कंफ्यूजन हो रही है। ये गेम खुद बता ज़्यादा अच्छा है यार, ज़्यादा दिमाग नहीं लगाऊंगा मैं। उसको इसको कोई तरह की बीमारी भी है ना, एलेजार करके, जो बचपन से है इसको। आई कैन barely recall it now.
There will always be frustrations in life, but I know that the point of living is not to leave behind any regrets.
That was what the real Dunyarzad said, wasn't it? Does that mean
ये मरी नहीं है, जिंदा है।
Yes, traveler. What is it?
Oh, so she's still just a puppet. But just now, how come?
No, not leave behind any regret. Let's go, Paimon.
What? Where are we going this time?
तो हम लोग जा रहे हैं आसमान के to watch the dance of Sub-Zero. Oh, okay. ये तो भाई ऑफ टॉपिक जा रही है हमारी। यहाँ लगी पड़ी है और ये ऑफ टॉपिक क्यों जा रही है मुझे समझ में नहीं आ रहा। नो ओके ठीक है भाई, ठीक है। ये भी नहीं है, डेनिसन नहीं है, तो फिर कोई और ही होगी। अभी वेट मुझे पता चलने वाला है बस। अब मैं नहीं चाहता स्पॉइल होना, इसलिए वेट करो।
If you continue to resist, we will have to order an investigation.
थप्पड़ मारो
into
इसको,
every
इसको
single
थप्पड़
event
मारो।
organizer.
एक थप्पड़ मारने से कुछ नहीं होगा, वापस इन लोग की
The
मेमोरी चली
Grand
जाएगी।
Sage has already granted you much leniency.
मारो
I
थप्पड़,
advise that you exercise tact.
मारो थप्पड़ इसको,
How did things turn out like this?
मारो थप्पड़ इसको। इसको नहीं, मतलब उन लोग को जो मना किया है। एक चट्टा लगा दियो प्लीज ट्रेवलर।
Traveler?
ओह
You don't have to get involved.
मिस्टर नौटंकी, हेलो ब्रो,
He's a
कैसे हो?
sage from the academia. I don't want to drag you into this.
अरे थप्पड़ मार उसको, थप्पड़ मार उसको,
What the heck are you doing?
थप्पड़ मार उसको,
You're busted by the academia. That's another day gone to waste.
थप्पड़ मार उसको। मैं चाह रहा हूँ इसको, इन दोनों को थप्पड़ मारो।
Wait, they're not reacting. Have they been scared stiff?
Just like I thought. Oh!
Oh, of course! If this is the sage's plan, they wouldn't put themselves through this. So they're just substitutes.
What is this? What happened to the Grand Sage and his entourage?
Hold a minute. Oh, hold on a minute. What's up with those flowers? Okay, Nahida कहाँ है? Okay.
Like I said, they symbolize the goddess of flowers. It's just a shame that all the real Padisars went extinct after her death.
Yes. The Greater Lord brought forth new Padisaras in memory of the goddess of flowers. But she ultimately could never truly replicate that beautiful shade of purple.
Okay. तू रेप्लिका कह रहे? वो तो ये फूल की वजह से हो रहा है?
shade of purple. Aren't these flowers real Padisaras? Just like the ones from the legend? I didn't even notice.
But didn't you just say all the real flowers went extinct after the goddess of flowers passed away?
तो इसका मतलब गॉडेस ऑफ फ्लावर है?
Yeah. What's going on here?
Close your eyes.
Huh?
Imagine the grand sage. Oh,
You
in front
guys
of
are
you.
acting weird.
तो ये है होस्ट.
But okay, I'll try.
हे भगवान, होस्ट जो बनाया था किसको बनाया जो अभी तक थी ही नहीं इसका पार्ट.
Hey!
What the?
Disappeared! So Nilu's the host! What a surprise!
वही चीज किसी को भी नहीं, कोई भी गेस नहीं कर सकता था ये चीज.
Exist in the real world anymore. But in Nilu's subconscious, they can appear as decorations on the stage.
कोई भी इमेजिन नहीं कर सकता था.
Nahida told us. People assumed there will be food on a
Oh,
plate,
God.
and Nilu assumed there would be real Padisaras in the flower pots. So when you saw the flowers, you instantly knew it was Nilu? But if we want to end the samsara, we need the host to become aware that they're dreaming. How should we make Nilu realize that?
Am I dreaming?
Huh?
Oh. How did you come to that conclusion?
So I'm right. Is this Lesser Lord Kusanali responding to our celebration of the Sub-Zeru's festival?
Wrong guess, but you aren't completely wrong either. The point is, what made you think this is a dream? As far as you know, people in Sumeru don't dream, right?
Yeah, but have you heard the tale of the first sage?
अच्छा ये चीज भी हम इसे सुने थे कि ना कि
He went on a
people
journey to find the Dendro Archon.
सपने नहीं देखते. Yes, Neela is the host.
Familiar.
Oh,
Timmy's
I
had told
can.
us a story like that when
What
we
the
first
hell,
arrived
bro?
in Sumeru City. So it was about the first sage, huh?
और
Yep,
ये
but in the part you heard, he hadn't become the first sage yet. There's more to the story.
oh,
His piety and wisdom were acknowledged by the Dendro Archon, and she finally gave her blessing to him. All kinds of spectacular scenes appeared in front of the first sage, as if all the knowledge in the world was being painted onto a canvas right before him. He was captivated. After who knows how long, he mastered all the knowledge he could comprehend. Afterward, he said to the Dendro Archon, "I miss my parents, my wife, and my children. I've been away from home for far too long. They must be worried." The Dendro Archon smiled. The next second, the sage found himself lying in his bed, as if he had just woken up from a dream. His wife, lying next to him, said, "You're off to search for the Dendro Archon today, aren't you? Have a safe journey, my love." In the end, the first sage took care of many disasters in Sumeru City, and founded the
शुक्र है इसके पास
Academia.
विजन नहीं है. विजन है कि नहीं है? है विजन.
What a happy
और
ending.
भाई साहब इससे
So the first
विजन
sage
लेके
was
ऐसा
dreaming
खतरनाक
ever
सपना
since
देख
the
रही हो.
beginning of the story?
पागल कर रही हो
He
हम लोग
never
को.
went on his journey?
Yes, but his faith and determination were conveyed to the Dendro Archon, so she blessed him in the form of a dream.
Paimon understands where you're coming from now. That's a really interesting connection. But we really gotta wake up soon, like the sage in the story.
This dream should be over
I
soon.
see. Well, it just so happens that today's Sub-Zeru's festival is almost over too.
उठ जा भाई उठ जा. इसका
Since
विजन
we're
है
in a
ना?
dream,
नहीं है विजन.
Let's make this final dance of Sub-Zeru's as beautiful as we can.
I'll be waiting a long time for this. अच्छा इसका मतलब इसका डांस नहीं हो पा रहा था. ये हर समय बोलती थी कि नेक्स्ट ईयर करेंगे और हर रोज यही होता था. और वो नेक्स्ट ईयर कभी आता ही नहीं था. ये भगवान, लीलू कितनी गंदी. तेरे डांस का चक्कर में पूरा मैं कम से कम एक साल तक सो रहा हूँ. waiting for long time. कर डांस कर डांस. तेरा डांस देखूंगा.
The wait is dedicate this to our god, the dance of Sub-Zerus.
क्या डांस? अच्छे से डांस कर। मेरे को बहुत गुस्सा आ रहा है इससे। तो तारे पागल कर दी थी भाई। एक डांस के चक्कर में इतना पागल नहीं हुआ मैं कभी। लेकिन इंटरेस्टिंग था, कुछ ज़्यादा इंटरेस्टिंग था। Finally
I'd be
dances.
lying if I said I had no regrets. I would have loved to see Nilu's dance.
ओह, आ गई। ओह, सब जाग रहे हैं। ओह, ये भी जाग रही है। बहुत जल्दी खत्म हो गया यार सपना। बन जा नीलू तेरी त्याग करा की थी एक सपने, एक डांस के चक्कर में पूरा 1 साल का सपना दिखा दी। She has hydrovision but will be payable in coming। मेरे को नहीं चाहिए ये कैरेक्टर, मैं नहीं लेने वाला है कैरेक्टर। मेरे को इससे अब दुश्मनी से हो गई भाई।
Good morning, traveler. Oh, Paimon feels like she's been asleep for the longest time.
Good morning।
Paimon's head feels super heavy. Did we oversleep? Do you even remember going to sleep last night? Paimon thinks it was after the Sub-Zero's festival. The Sub-Zero's festival? Have we finally escaped from the Sub-Zero samsara?
एक सेकंड रुको, I remember।
Quick, take off your Akasha terminal.
At the end okay, तो ये कुछ at the end of the dance of Sub-Zero I think I saw तो जुनसारो जिंदा है? दिनुसार जिंदा है? Maybe
She's not in her room. What happened?
let's go to the user pause।
Huh? What?
Oh, Catherine!
Well done, traveler and Paimon.
Catherine?
And thank you, Dunyarzad, for organizing the Sub-Zero's festival for me.
I'm sorry, who are...
Dunyarzad! You're okay! Oh, don't scare us like that!
Oh, a traveler, Paimon. I have something amazing to tell you. I just had a dream. And I saw Nilu performing the dance of Sub-Zerus.
सबको ड्रीम आया यार वो। I was also not gonna saving for Dendroarchon। भाई finally over।
You're actually Nahida, aren't you?
Oh,
Paimon felt like Catherine was acting weird when we met at the Sub-Zero's festival. And Dunyarzad,
तो ये नहीदा
did
है?
you save her? It's a really long story.
Woo!
Don't disturb her. Her consciousness is still weakened.
ये नहीदा है?
Let's chat somewhere else.
तो बस
How about by the traveler's favorite bench?
नहीं। अच्छा, एक सेकंड तो नहीं What the hell? तो तब से जिसको हम नहीदा समझते थे वो कैथरीन के रूप में नहीदा बात कर रही थी या फिर नहीदा कैथरीन के रूप में? Something is different।
Let's talk about Dunyarzad first. It's such a relief that she's all right. After we parted on the last day of the Sub-Zero's festival,
I left the city and saw what the traveler had described. Among the countless dreams, I found one that was growing fainter and fainter. This proved my suspicion. Once Dunyarzad could no longer bear the Akasha harvesting her dreams, her consciousness began to dissipate. But this also meant it escaped the Akasha's control. Such a small fragment of consciousness can't last for very long, though. It will return to its original dream, where both will gradually fade
वो
until
हम
they
लोग नहीं इधर से
completely
वापस कब मिलेंगे?
disappear.
इसका
I
आंसर
used
नहीं
all the power I
है.
had to keep her dying dream alive as long as possible. But it still wouldn't have lasted for much longer if it hadn't been for you two breaking the samsara.
So it looks like we did manage to save Dunyarzad in the end. And not a moment too soon.
Very happy ending. This is truly a miracle.
Huh? Why are you two smiling so happily? I thought you'd be so moved that you'd start crying. I need to spend more time observing human emotions.
Both are fine. Everyone reacts differently.
All right. You two must have a lot of other questions for me, right?
हाँ बहुत ज़्यादा
After
क्वेश्चन है.
all, you saved my faithful believer.
सबसे पहला
As your
क्वेश्चन
reward, I will answer any and all
सबसे
questions.
पहला क्वेश्चन यही है कि why do you look like Catherine?
To be accurate, I'm using the Akasha as a medium to occupy Catherine's consciousness.
How did you do that? Poor Catherine. Does this mean you can also occupy other people's consciousnesses?
Theoretically, I can enter anyone's mind as long as they're wearing their Akasha terminal.
Oh.
The Akasha is the legacy of Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. As Lesser Lord Kusanali and the first Akasha terminal, my consciousness has always been linked to the Akasha. I've always respected my people's free will, so I've never actually occupied their consciousness. When necessary, I just borrow this bionic Snezhnayan puppet.
Hold on. Did we just learn some deep, dark secret? So Catherine is... No wonder Paimon felt something was off about her. What about your own body? Why do you need to borrow other people's? Don't you live in the sanctuary of Surasthana?
That story begins a long time ago. After Greater Lord Rukkhadevata disappeared, the sages found my newly born self and took me back to Sumer. At that time, I was young and weak. The sages kept me in the sanctuary of Surasthana, ostensibly for the sake of protecting me. But I've hardly heard from them since. However, I do understand that they had hoped to find Greater Lord Rukkhadevata instead of me, a symbol of her passing.
So, the sages basically put their new Archon under house arrest? How dare they! Why don't you teach them a lesson, Nahida?
In some ways, they aren't wrong. Greater Lord Rukkhadevata was omniscient and omnipotent. Even after her death, the Akasha is still empowering this nation.
तो इसका मतलब ये है यहाँ पे, लेकिन ये बंद है एक जगह पे, मतलब अपने घर में ही, क्योंकि वो से लोग मानते नहीं हैं. To me, you are the...
Yeah, you got a lot of believers. Just look at the Sub-Zero's festival. Everyone who showed up truly loves you.
Thank you for the kind words. But I honestly don't need physical freedom as long as I can connect my consciousness to the Akasha. Trying to find a way to save Irminsul is my life's mission and top priority. I will work on that and try to live up to being a
शुक्र
deity
है
in the meantime.
सिमरी की रेडन शगन नहीं
Once in a while,
नहीं तो रेडन शगन तो और भाई वो क्रेजी पर्सन है भाई, पता नहीं क्या कर रही होती.
soul here and there. Doing all that should be enough.
अगर रेडन शगन यहाँ की होती तो भाई सब सफ़र कर रहे होते. मतलब एक तरह से हाउस अरेस्ट कर लियो. How about what I saw in the dream was
At the Avidia forest, there was this incense that made the traveler fall unconscious and dream of a huge tree
yep.
and a red sky.
इसके बारे में बताओ.
You also heard someone's voice, right? It said world and forget me.
Oh.
Yeah, so you do know. We've been wanting to ask you what that was about, and if the red
ये
star was
देखो
related to Conria.
यही चीज मैं बोल रहा था कैंड्रा से तो रिलेटेड नहीं है वो चीज
It seems like the traveler established a connection to Irminsul. That was a message left by Greater Lord Rukkhadevata's residual consciousness in
ओके तो ये
Irminsul.
अमन सोल था ठीक है
Perhaps her last memory before she died. As you two probably know, Greater Lord Rukkhadevata disappeared after the disaster in Conria.
ओह
The timings of these events do line up, so your suspicions are reasonable.
A message from Greater Lord Rukkhadevata? We thought it was from the Scarlet King.
The Scarlet King? That god who died even longer ago? Some present-day desert dwellers still worship him. You probably just heard some of their conspiracies.
Okay, so what does the message mean?
I still haven't managed to decipher it. Even the Akasha isn't currently capable of doing that. Greater
ओके
Lord Rukkhadevata's residual consciousness in Irminsul seems to be contaminated with something that has a very dangerous aura to it. Many devoted scholars go mad as soon as they connect their consciousness. I've warned the academia about this many times, but people still keep falling victim to it. But I believe this is the key to saving Irminsul. That's why I've kept trying to decipher it.
So the tree in the vision was Irminsul? Oh, Tainari also said that Irminsul is sick! Is it because of the contaminated consciousness? But even if you can't figure out what that vision was all about, it seems like our search for you was all in vain.
The traveler wasn't affected after coming in contact with that consciousness. I've never seen anyone like that. With you here, we may have a chance at deciphering it. No, we must decipher its secrets. I've already eliminated all other factors that might affect Irminsul. This is the only one left. This puzzle has life and death at stake. It could determine Irminsul's fate, as well as Tevat's.
ओके तो अबाउट द सेजेस प्लान नो वन हैज रियलाइज्ड द इशू विद द आकाशा
You mean how the Akasha stops you from having dreams?
Yeah, it's been such a long time. No one's noticed something's up?
It's not that no one noticed. It's more like no one cared. Ultimately, it's all rooted in the sage's misdirection.
Misdirection?
The sages convinced everyone to believe that being unable to dream is a sign of rationality and wisdom. Not dreaming is a badge of honor in Sumeru. Even if the truth is that their dreams are being reaped by the Akasha. With their propaganda in place, the sages can maximize their use of the Akasha to facilitate their research. Besides, anyway, by now, even those who never use Akasha terminals find it too shameful and embarrassing to talk about their dreams. There's never been any big problems with the Academia's governance of Sumeru. This is the first time I've seen them step out of line. I wonder, even though I tried to do, I think they're
Oh, that reminds Paimon. In Gandharvaville, there was a sage who had invited Tainari to join some kind of project. Could it be related?
Regardless, I need to first investigate the sage's motives, make things right, and punish them if needed. But I'll have to be discreet, or they'll see me coming.
Okay.
Got it. I hope my answers were... To be honest, maintaining Dunyarzad's fading dream took a lot of mental energy. I think I may need to rest for a while. Oh, and you don't need to worry too much about the sage's activities for now. The Akasha won't be able to conduct another project on the scale of the Sub-Zero Samsara in the immediate future.
Go and get some sleep. Leave everything to us.
Okay.
What a relief. This...
हैं बैठे बैठे सो
Traveler?
गई
Paimon? Why am I here? Do either of you know?
क्या इसको बताना चाहिए
Maybe you were sleepwalking. You know you can't wake up a sleepwalker. We happened to walk by, so we thought we'd wait for you to wake up.
I see. Huh. I should visit my maintenance personnel sometime.
Maintenance
Oh, I'm fine.
personnel software.
I better go. Thank you.
Okay, let's go. Dawn. ओके, तो ये हुआ हमारा आर्कन क्वेस्ट कंप्लीट। भाई साहब क्या आर्कन क्वेस्ट था भाई साहब। ओह, ऐसी चीज़ें यार इंटरेस्टिंग होती है, लेकिन फिर वही है कि कुछ कैरेक्टर्स, अब देखो पता नहीं कब हम लोग मिलेंगे नहीदा से, हमारी लेसर लॉर्ड कृष्णनाली से, तो देखते हैं कब मिलते हैं। बाकी हम लोग इसको कर लेते हैं, डिफीट द स्लाइम्स, जो कि मुझे करना ही था। और यप, और फाइनली हमारा कंप्लीट हुआ ये चीज़। बहुत दिमाग खराब हुआ, सच बता रहा हूँ, बहुत दिमाग खराब हुआ। सिंस कैथरीन इज अ रोबोट, पर मुझे लग रहा है वो कैथरीन इस तरह से वो मतलब वो रोबोट की तरह फील नहीं कर रही है, मतलब समझ रहे हो। वो सोच रही है कि मतलब एक तरह से गनशिन वालों को कह रही है कि लग रहा है मुझे मेंटेनेंस करानी पड़ेगी अपनी कि मैं वॉक कर रही हूँ, स्लीप वॉकिंग। अब पता नहीं देखो, अगर रोबोट होती कैथरीन, तो कैथरीन की कॉन्शियसनेस कैसे ले लेती नहीदा। तो एक तरह से मुझे लग रहा है कि वो कुछ और सोच रही है, मतलब कुछ और वजह है, और उसको ही पता है। पर फिर भी सही हो सकता है, सही बात बोल रहे हो। टॉक टू ऑथर। हालांकि मैं भी श्योर नहीं होता हूँ कभी। गो टू स्ट्रेंज लोकेशन, आजा। एनिमो नहीं है मेरे पास अब इस टाइम यार। कॉन्सलेशन मिल गया वैसे, मुझे कॉन्सलेशन के लिए भागना पड़ेगा यार। एनिमो कैरेक्टर ही नहीं है मेरे पास अभी। कोई है क्या एनिमो कैरेक्टर मेरे पास? एनिमो 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 नहीं यार, मुझे है। ओए होए होए होए, सेज 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 सेज, थैंक गॉड है मेरे पास, मुझे जाना नहीं पड़ा। और ये मैंने लिया था, मुझे मिल गई थी ये। तो
Solidify!
Shine down!
The depths beckon!
This is order.
Crumble!
There is no escape! Now you shall perish!
वो वैसे मज़ा तो आया यार। अभी मैं, पता है, मैं अभी भी उस बारे में सोच रहा हूँ कि भाई नशीदा से हम लोग कब मिलेंगे। अब पता नहीं क्यों मैं सोच रहा हूँ उसके बारे में।
Cascade!
Misato up. Suiyu!
Illusion shattered!
Stabilize!
Shine down!
Rise!
There is no escape!
और गेटर लॉर्ड को दबाता से ही मिलना है, मतलब मिलना नहीं है, मन है उससे ही मिलने का। अगर वो दिख जाती है बाई चांस किसी भी तरीके से, बहुत अच्छा हो गया, मज़ा ही नहीं आ जाएगा थोड़ा। उसके पहले भी कोई था इतना पावरफुल।
Solidify!
Illusion shattered!
Be still.
हालांकि पहले वाले गॉड दिखाए नहीं जाते हैं, पता नहीं क्यों।
This is order.
Torn to oblivion!
एक सेकंड,
I can't wait any.
कहाँ है बे?
Stabilize! Mind the deluge.
Shine down!
Nova, get them!
Gather! Cascade!
Now you shall perish!
ओके अभी गो, ये ख़त्म हो गया और हमारा नया खुल गया है टिंगारी वाला। ओके तो ये 3 स्टोरी अभी हमें कंप्लीट करनी है। बाकी ये कैरेक्टर आया था, इसका मुझे इसके बारे में अभी कुछ नहीं पता है, हालांकि स्टोरी में भी ये इन्वॉल्व नहीं हुआ है, इसलिए अभी इसको नहीं कर रहे हैं। बाकी हम लोग का ये क्या है बे? इन्वेस्टिगेट। ओके देखो मेरे पास टाइम है कि नहीं, मैं कर सकता हूँ कि नहीं, तो इसको बाद में किया जाए। What the hell? ये और चीज़ें लाई है कि नहीं लाई है? ना वही है। तुम स्टॉक तो बढ़ाओ यार, तुम लोग अपना स्टॉक ही नहीं बढ़ाते हो।
Add astro. Thank you for
Catchman.
fascinating.
When you're high up.
पता है मैं किसी और चीज़ में भी यूज़ कर सकता था इसको, लेकिन मुझे ये चीज़ ज़्यादा आसान लग रही थी इसलिए मैंने कर लिया। बाकी हमको तो ये मिल ही जाएगा 24 घंटे बाद, तो इसलिए मैं यूज़ कर रहा हूँ। अभी मुझे कुछ और नहीं दिख रहा है इसलिए मैं यूज़ कर रहा हूँ इसमें। बाकी और कोई बात नहीं है कि मैं क्यों इसमें यूज़ कर रहा हूँ, क्यों इसमें वेस्ट कर रहा हूँ। तुमको वो कर लेना चाहिए था। आई नो भाई, आई नो, बट ये चीज़ मुझे ज़्यादा इजी लग रही थी इसलिए मैंने किया, और मेरा ये भी कंप्लीट हो गया। बाकी मुझे फ्रेजाइल वाले मिल जाएंगे तो ये भी मिल जाएगा। ओके, जाते जाते एक बार विश करता हूँ मैं, 2 बार विश कर सकते हैं। और मुझे ये चाहिए, डोरी चाहिए अपनी। ओके, मे बी ये है डोरी। यस, डोरी डोरी डोरी। अभी भी मौका है, अभी भी मौका है। डोरी डोरी डोरी। कोई बात नहीं, कोई बात नहीं, ये सारी चीज़ें होती रहती हैं। कहाँ गया सिंचो? फाइनली ये 2 हो गया।
Inactivity serves no purpose whatsoever.
Try off stream later now. ऑफ स्ट्रीम कंटिन्यू करूँगा मैं, वैसे देखता हूँ। वैसे अभी मैं थोड़ा रेस्ट करूँगा, उसके बाद देखते हैं, अगर शाम को टाइम मिलता है तो मैं शायद स्पाइडरमैन कंटिन्यू करूँ। ठीक है, तो
I stand before it, alone and unchanging.
तब तक के लिए चैप्स तो तब तक के लिए चैप्स, अगर लाइव स्ट्रीम पसंद आए लाइक कर देना, सब्सक्राइब कर देना चैनल को अगर अभी तक नहीं किया है। तो मैं मिलता हूँ आप लोग को गनशिन इम्पैक्ट के नेक्स्ट लाइव स्ट्रीम में। और यार लाइक कर देना अगर पसंद आई तो, प्लीज़ कर देना। ठीक है, तब तक के लिए चैप्स, लव यू ऑल, टेक केयर एंड गुड बाय। वैसे रेडियन शोगन अच्छी तो है।